What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'll be breaking down the top waiver wire targets for week 2. All of these players have solid upside for this season and could be a worthwhile pickup for the rest of the year. Before we jump into this video, make sure you check out the video description. We have so much content to look forward to, so make sure you hop in our Discord, check out our website, toss us a follow on Twitter to make sure you're fully prepared for this upcoming season. If you want access to our projections, our trade analyzer, and more, head over to our Patreon. The link is in the description. The first waiver wire pickup for this week is Michael Bunting of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Bunting's early play with the Leafs has made him a fan favorite in Toronto, and as many of you probably know, this isn't necessarily a good thing. Nevertheless, he's earned a spot in the top 6 and he's been skating alongside John Tavares and William Nylander throughout the first week or so of play. Any player playing alongside Tavares and Nylander is set to benefit immensely due to their incredible offensive talent. Bunting was a surprise last season. After being recalled by Arizona, he managed to score 10 goals in just 21 games while adding 38 shots. His 26% shooting percentage last season allows us to conclude that there was some sort of luck included in his scoring, but Toronto seems to see something in him that they like and are giving him plenty of responsibility this season. Bunting is averaging just over 14 minutes per night with the Leafs, and this could rise as the season progresses. He's also scored just 2 goals, and he's added an assist in 4 games. If he can continue to skate in the top 6, the scoring chances and opportunity to make plays offensively will come, and Bunting can provide some solid value for a waiver acquisition. On ESPN, his ownership right now is at 10%, while on Yahoo, he's up to 21%. Moving on to the next waiver wire pickup, we have Colton Parayko of the St. Louis Blues. After sitting out for nearly half the season last year, Parayko seems to be healthy and right back on track with his 2019 numbers. The 6'6" two-way defenseman isn't really known for putting up points, but his relatively high career shot volume allows him to find the back of the net and rack up some assists. His best season came in 2017, where he scored 6 goals, 35 points, added 212 shots, 141 blocks, and 120 hits, all while playing just over 22 minutes per night. While his health is not a concern anymore, Parayko's numbers have skyrocketed to just under 26 minutes per night, and this may come down a little bit, but I still suspect Parayko will see well over 24 minutes per night as the season progresses. His 6.3 shots per 60 and 5.02 blocks per 60 over the last 3 seasons provides a bunch of upside in these categories, and adding some point production and plus minus, he could be a solid fantasy asset moving forward. Parayko is pretty high owned on ESPN at 65%, but on Yahoo, he's owned in just 34% of leagues. Up next, we have Kirby Dach of the Chicago Blackhawks. The line combination nightmare is back for the Blackhawks this season, and the system continues to be ineffective as they're 0-4 to start the season. Nevertheless, Dach has taken over Johnson's spot in the top line and is now skating with DeBrincat and Kane. Not much needs to be said about his line mates, but Dach is now in a spot to score a bunch of points, which makes him an intriguing fantasy pickup. The 2019 third overall pick is in his just 3rd NHL season, and he's entering his 2nd full season after missing most of 2020 with a wrist injury. Dach's minutes are surprisingly very high to start the season. In 4 games, he finds himself with the 3rd most minutes for forwards behind, you guessed it, Kane and DeBrincat. As a former 3rd overall pick, Dach has huge upside, and in just 4 games this season, he's managed to score 2 goals and record an assist. His 8.8 shots per 60 this season is well above his career average and could be a positive indicator moving forward. If Dach can find success with his line mates, his point production could be huge and is something to keep an eye on if you don't have room for him on your team right now. Similar to Parayko, Dach's ownership is really high on ESPN at 70%, but on Yahoo, he's owned by just 37% of teams. Moving on, the next waiver wire ad is Evan Bouchard of the Edmonton Oilers. The former 10th overall pick is looking to be a mainstay on the Oilers' back end who is desperate for another top 4 defenseman. Bouchard is starting to shape into the player that they were hoping out of him, and last season he provided us with one of the highest shot rates among defensemen in his short term. With a minimum of 250 minutes played over the last 3 seasons, Bouchard ranks 1st for shots per 60 at a crazy rate of 9.79, which is a half a shot ahead of Dougie Hamilton, who sits at 9.23. It's important to note that Bouchard has played 90% less minutes than Dougie and most of the other players in that category, but if he can maintain a rate even 25% lower than his career average, Bouchard could have solid offensive upside. The Oilers seem to trust him, and he has spent time skating on the first pairing with Nurse and some time on the second power play unit. In Edmonton, you don't really need to do much to put up points, but with Bouchard's offensive abilities and playing around 20 minutes per night, he's a solid add in deep leagues. Bouchard is virtually unknown on the 2 major sites with just 4% ownership on ESPN and 11% ownership on Yahoo. To conclude this video, the final waiver wire pickup is Andrew Copp of the Winnipeg Jets. The 27-year-old is in his 8th season with the Jets, and his responsibility has increased significantly over the last 3 seasons. Copp had a career year in 2020 where he scored 15 goals and 39 points in just 55 games, on pace for 22 goals and 58 points. He played the most minutes of his career last season, just over 18 per night, and in 2021 this number has increased even more, and in Winnipeg's first 3 games, Copp has played over 20 minutes per night while skating on the top line. While Wheeler has been temporarily sidelined due to COVID-19 concerns, Copp has stepped up in his place and is starting to show why he deserves to be in the top 6. When Wheeler returns, it's likely Copp will drop down to the second line, and the second line is still stacked with talent featuring Pierre-Luc Dubois and a FP favorite Nikolai Ehlers. With decent shot rate and hit numbers, adding to his point production upside, Copp is a solid pickup in all leagues. His ownership on ESPN is high at 72%, but on Yahoo, he's down at just 16%. That'll do it for a Week 2 waiver wire pickups video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. As the Fantasy Puck community prepares you for this season, click the link in our description and check out all of our content channels to ensure you're fully prepared for this fantasy season. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.